Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt McCray with Chelsea Insurance Group. It is Monday, October 15th, 2018, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. It's pretty nasty out there. Feels like winter hit. Just got a message on my phone from AccuWeather that we have a freeze warning for tonight. So, wow, it's fourth quarter and getting cold out. But anyways, just wanted to thank everybody for joining our call this week or our live stream if you're watching live online. We do, last week we talked about Facebook leads and our sales presentation, not utilizing a binder. Today we're going to talk about actually, how to ask for the sale. So let's, before we do that, let's jump in and take a look at our current month-to-date average premiums. This is something that we talk about every week on the call, just to keep you informed with the average policy sizes that our agents are selling. So currently for the month of October, our average premium for our final expense cases is $925.63 per year, or if you want to look at that monthly, it's $77.14 per month. That's the average case that we're writing during October, which is an uptrend from where we are on the year. If you look at the year, our average monthly premium is $70.86. So either way, that's a great number. We're very pleased with that number. That's a lot of people we talk to in the industry are hitting $50 to $60 per month. We attribute our increase over the industry averages is just because this is something that we talk about on a weekly basis with you guys. We bring your attention to it. If your premiums are lower than that, maybe start asking for some higher premiums. If your premiums are higher than that, great job. You're pulling the averages up. We appreciate that. So let's take a look here. Moving into today's training. Right here. So after, the last couple weeks we've been talking about how to get, through how to do the presentation. We had the presentation binder one week, and then last week we discussed a one-card presentation card that we also offer, or utilizing just a notepad, whatever makes you, the agent, comfortable, whatever fits into your style. So let's talk about getting an actual quote on paper now and providing your prospect with a quote. So we have this personalized quote sheet that's available for download. You can download these. If you order the 3-ring binder, it does come with some in there. If you print the 3-ring binder on your own, the presentation binder, these sheets are available inside of there. You can print them out in full color if you want, or you can just, print it out in grayscale, and you don't need to have the nice colorful one there. Either one of them work. So when you get to this point of the presentation, you should have already, this is once you've already calculated out some rates for your client. What you're going to do is pull this sheet out, write your quote amounts here. So let's say, you always want to do 3 quote amounts. So in one of those, I always go back to that Social Security Administration sheet that shows how much they're going to need for their funeral. You can either make that option 1, you can make it option 2, or you can make it option 3. But if that sheet says that they're going to need $22,000 for their funeral, you should make that one of the options. I'd say go ahead and make it the middle option. Then you can do a couple other options on both sides of that, or however you want. Either way. Face amount, option 1, option 2, option 3. Now, if you're meeting with a husband and wife, you're going to break it out into each one right there. And then the total monthly is going to be, insured one, husband and wife added together. And that's going to be your total monthly cost. If you're just working with one person, then, if you're a single person, then you can just put that in there as insured one. You don't even need to go into the total monthly. So option one is going to be, say maybe 10,000, maybe 15,000, maybe 20,000 here. If you're working with somebody a little bit lower income, maybe 5,000 or 7,000, 10,000, 12,000, whatever you think is going to be the best for them. And then you'll notice that you have, I accepted the circled quote and etc. down there on the bottom of the sheet. Okay, so once you have those quotes written in on this sheet, the best thing to do is to turn the sheet around on the table while you're sitting there talking with your clients and presenting them. And you're going to tell them, okay, Betty and Johnny or Betty or whoever you're talking to, we've come up with a personalized quote for you. And now, based on everything that we've talked about, we're able to build you a plan and get you a plan with a great company. Talk a little bit about the company. This is a great company. They've got A ratings. They've been in business for over 100 years, blah, 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 blah. Whatever you need to say about the carrier. Now, this program that we built for you, and as you're saying this, you're going to be pointing with your pen to each one of these lines. And you're going to put a checkbox on that line. So where it says rate never increases, you're going to mark with your pen and you're going to put a checkbox there. A check mark there. So you're going to say, now Betty, these plans, the rates will never increase. This type of policy that we're building for you is going to build cash value. So put a check mark in that box. Right here, just take your pen and just draw a check right there. You already drew a check here. And Betty, this plan is going to have a level death benefit, and you want to put a check mark there. Now, if Betty qualified for a modified or a graded plan where it's not going to be a level death benefit, then you're going to have to explain that as well. And then what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down. I'm going to scroll down on this screen, but you don't need to scroll down. You just need to come down and say, okay, Betty. So what we did is we came up with 3 programs for you. Now, option 1, this is going to give you $10,000 worth of coverage, and it's only going to cost you $76.50 per month. Option 2, this is going to get you $15,000 worth of coverage, and it's only going to cost you $98.95 per month. Or option 3, this one is going to give you $20,000 worth of coverage, and it's only going to cost you $132 per month. Now, once you have the premiums out and you've talked about it, there's a very specific thing that you should say at this point. And this is something that I use in the field all the time. And this phrase right here that we're going to talk about, it just simply works great. And there's a few reasons behind. I learned this technique from a leader in the senior market, great salesperson, and I use this ever since then. So when he taught me this, basically this is what you're going to say. Now, Betty, if you thought about it, and you thought this might be something you would consider doing, which one of these 3 options do you think you would lean towards? So at this point, you're just making it real nonchalant, making it real easy. You're asking her if she thought about it, not if she thinks about it in the future. You want to make this if you thought about it, like right now. If you thought about it, and you thought this might be something you would consider doing. We're not asking for any money right now. We're just asking Betty if she would consider doing this with you. Which one of these 3 options do you think you would lean towards? So we're not saying which one would you sign up for, which one would fit into your, nothing like that. Which one of the 3 do you think you would lean towards? And at that point, just as it says right here, Shut up. Next one to speak loses. So at this point, Betty has, or Johnny and Betty, if you've got a husband and wife, both of them, they're going to sit there and they're going to think about it. They're going to try and decide which one of these plans that they would be able to take. You know, they're going to be thinking about things like, in their head, they're going to think about, well, gosh, how much coverage do I really need? Do I need this $10,000 or $15,000 or $20,000? And they're going to think about which one can we afford. You know, can we afford the full $20,000 at $130-something a month? Can we, or can we only afford maybe the $10,000 one that was $70-something a month? These are the things that they're going to be thinking about. Let them have their time to think. You've asked them the question. Leave it up to them. So, regardless of how long it takes for them to answer your question, you just let it go. You know, and this can take, 15 minutes sometimes. It can take as quick as 5 seconds. It can take just a couple of minutes. Either way, don't say anything. Let them figure out which one that they think they can do. Now, once Betty and Johnny, or Betty or Johnny, whoever it is, once they open up their mouth and they tell you which one that they would lean towards, what you're going to do here at that point is you're going to pick up your pen. You're going to pick up your pen and circle that option on the quote sheet. And you're going to say, so if they pick option 2 at $15,000, I forget what it was, $98 a month or whatever it was, you're going to circle that right on the sheet, right in front of them. That confirms and validates it in their mind that, yes, this is the one. Now what you're going to do is you're going to say, Betty or Johnny, whoever you're talking to, that is an excellent choice. We sell an awful lot of that one. Now, why do you want to say that? Couple of reasons. You know, a lot of times it's hard for somebody to make a decision. You want to, when they do go out when they do decide to make a decision, you want them to feel good about the decision that they made. That's an excellent choice. And then make them feel like they're part of a bigger group of people who chose the exact same one. And believe me, it doesn't matter if they chose the 10, the 15, or the 20. You're not telling them anything that's not true, because no matter which one they pick, we do sell an awful lot of that one. The insurance company, whether you're selling for Transamerica or Mutual of Omaha or Liberty or Royal Neighbors, whoever it is, they sell a lot of $15,000 final expense policies. They sell a lot of $20,000 and a lot of $10,000. It doesn't matter which one. But these are things that you've got to say to make your client feel good about the decision that they just made. They made a decision. Let's confirm it by circling it. Let's reward them by saying this is an excellent choice. And let's let them know that they are part of a larger group of people who decided the same thing. So I'm going to go back here to the top. Now, Betty, if you thought about it and you thought this might be something you would consider doing, which one of these 3 options do you think you would lean towards? We're going to shut up. We're going to let Betty or Johnny or whoever it is, we're going to let them think about it. Once they've thought about it, they're going to pick out which one. They'll either point to it or they'll say it out loud. And at that point, you're going to congratulate them. You're going to say, that is an excellent choice. We sell an awful lot of that one. Now, at this point, you've confirmed the plan that they feel that they can afford, that they need. It's time to move forward with taking the application at this point. So, we've even got that scripted out for you. Next thing, to transition into the application, after you say, that's an excellent choice, we sell an awful lot of that one, move straight into having the application there and say, now in order for me to get this plan started for you, I will just need to see your driver's license. Or you can say, now in order for me to get this plan started for you, how do you spell your name? Is it Betty? Or if you want to say, how do you spell your last name? Is it Smith? Doesn't matter if their name is Joe or Betty or Dan or Smith or Brown. You'll get them to confirm how they spell it, and at that point you're filling out the application and you're moving forward with a sale. Congratulations, you just made a sale. Great job. That was the next step of the process. So we went through the other day, in the last couple weeks, we went through the presentation. Now we've gone through how to show them their quotes, utilizing the quote sheet. We asked them which one they would lean towards, and we started to fill in the application. We've made a few transitions there. So that's the way that I've personally always done it. That way works great for me. And it works great for a lot of other agents that I know as well. So hopefully you can do that. Let's jump back here to the PDF because you know, as far as the training goes, that's really what we wanted to talk about. But I do have a couple of announcements that I would like to make, and some miscellaneous things to go over. We do have a new carrier that we are rolling out. We just got their contracting up on our website. So if you've done the online contracting, you can go back right through our contracting process. But that new carrier that we're rolling out is American Memorial. They are friendly. They are great with telesales. I know we've got quite a few agents that are doing telesales. The majority of our agents are doing face-to-face sales. This carrier works great for both of them. They are currently running a per application bonus. This is something that started last month in September. We didn't have their contract in September. We just picked it up. We got our agent number assigned last week, so we're bringing that out to you guys today. So let's take a close look here at, so they have a level benefit plan, preferred plan available for ages 0 to 85. They are not available in Maine, Montana, New York, and Washington. Everywhere else they're available in level benefit ages 0 to 85. Issue ages 0 to 60, they'll do 5,000 to 50,000. 61 to 70, they'll go 3,000 to 25. 71 to 80, 3,000 to 25. And 81 to 85, they do 3,000 to 20,000. They also have a modified benefit or return of premium plan that pays the return of premiums plus 10% interest. Not available in Arkansas, Massachusetts, Minnesota, North Carolina, or Pennsylvania. Maximum face amount up to age 40 to 60, they'll do 5 to 15. 61 to 70, they'll do 3 to 15. 71 to 80, they'll do 3 to 10. So as you notice on the the modified benefit program, issue ages are 40 to 80, 5,000, 3,000 at some age brackets, 5,000 up to 10 or 15,000. So let's take a look at their Assurance application bonus. Now this is Assurance is the parent company. This plan is written through American Memorial Life. Now the qualification period starts today for you, October 15th. It did start last month, or September, but for you guys, since you weren't contract with them, we'll start it now. It's going to go through December 15th. This bonus is based on a cumulative amount of production during that time frame. $25 for each application if you do 1 to 5 apps. If you do 6 to 10 apps, it's $35 per application. If you do 11 or more applications, it's $50 per application. The policy, the initial premium must be received, and the policy must be active for it to count. And the bonus money is going to be paid out via direct deposit directly from the insurance carrier on December 18th. So, new carrier, we've turned them on in the rate quoter, the quote engine, so you can start comparing quotes. If you want to do a paper application, you can do that online to get appointed, or you can go back in through our contracting website and go through the steps of how to add a carrier. It's contract.chelseainsurancegroup.com. You're going to log in if you've already registered there. Once you're logged in, go to My Contract. There's some instructions on there if you want to, add additional carriers. So maybe in the past you've only contracted with, say, Foresters, Transamerica Mutual, and Gerber. And now you want to add American Memorial. There's going to be some steps that you need to do. You just go into your contract and edit it. Uncheck the carriers that you've previously contracted with, and check the new carrier, American Memorial. And then go through to the last page, change the date, so it changes the date on the signature line, and then click on the resubmit button. And that'll resubmit us your contract for American Memorial without having to go through all the steps. Actually, American Memorial does have one page with some specific questions in the contracting site. So it will create a new page in the menu bar titled American Memorial. There's 2 questions on there. You'll need to go in and answer those 2 questions before you go and change the date and put your signature on it. What else did we have to talk about as far as miscellaneous? Lead delivery times. This is just something I just want to talk about really quick. The lead delivery times, when we're getting these $10 telemarketed final expense leads for you, or we're doing the Facebook or whatever, a lot of times what's going to help speed up lead delivery times is you providing us with enough area. If your leads are not being delivered in a timely manner, believe me, it's not because we don't have enough callers calling and generating the leads. Many times it's going to be either not enough area, and there's just not enough numbers to call, or it could be because the area that we're calling for you has been overworked. Not saying it's been overworked and you've got any leads from there, but there's many other telemarketing companies that generate final expense leads and do telemarketing as their media, as how they generate these leads. And if there's other agents that are working in that same exact territory, by the time we call these people for you, they're just not responsive anymore. So, a couple of ways that you can make sure that you're getting a quick lead delivery time is A, make sure you provide large enough of an area. And if the area that you have provided is large enough, but we are not able to generate leads in a timely manner, then it could be because the area is overworked. So maybe let's take a look and see if there's another area nearby that you could work in. Let's see, what else did we have to talk about today? It looks like everything. It's 11:25. We're having a great month. Let's just keep everything up. I've got some. What are we talking about next week? We're going to talk about objections while you're going through the close next week's training call. Objections. A lot of times when you are doing the presentation, you're going through this quote sheet. You get to a point where people just aren't going to answer that question for you, and you can't close the deal. Well, there's some objections that we're going to review on next week's call. So we will see you again next week, Monday at 11 o'clock Eastern Time, right here on our live stream. And remember, if you guys are calling in, there's no need to call in and do the live stream. Just do one or the other, because they are about 5 to 8 seconds off. So if you're called in and you're watching online, you're going to be hearing 2 different things at the same exact time. So just do one or the other. But we prefer, if you're in front of a computer, just watch the live stream, because you can see everything that I'm showing you. Yeah, so great. Have a great week. We'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.